Alright, this is Town Dog down back. Try to do another little flight today and stealing one of my little ants tiger mosses. I think I flew it once before already. It's a different variation of it. I like to fly these little things. We're gonna try it again, David. Alright, we're gonna be here in a little airport in Oregon, just outside of Bend, Oregon, in the same area, about 4 miles east of Bend, I believe it is. And I'm west of Bend. Bend east of me about 4 miles. It's what it is, I think. But anyway, it don't matter where it's at. What we got here is I'm in Gopher, Gulch, little airport here, asphalt. The airport is at an altitude of 3,480 feet. The runways are 1715 where I'm at, and they are 3,373 feet long. And we're going to leave here on a heading of about 095, and we'll be going into a VOR at Burn. Actually, it says that the VOR name is Wild Horse. It's at Burn, and the ID of it is ILR. The VOR frequency is 13,11380. We'll go out of it on about a heading of 080. Now this is a sort of guesswork, but it's going into, I'm going to line, as soon as I leave here, I'm going to also line the VOR for Boise, which is going to be a few miles out in front of me, but I've only got to go a little over halfway toward Boise. So I'm going to try to check the distance and split it and get just after I pass halfway. On the right hand side there should be a little airport named, actually there'll be a reservoir, and the airport's in the reservoir, and the airport name is I can't say that. Owyhee, A-W-Y-N-H, Owyhee, O-W-Y-H-E-E, and it's a reservoir. The runway is 13 and 31, length is 1,840 feet, altitude of it is 2,680 feet, and that's where we're going to try to end up at. It's in the middle of a reservoir, on the right hand side of the reservoir, about halfway down the little water, sticking out on a little peninsula, and we're going to try to find that. And O-W-Y-H-E-E, I believe the way it's spelled. I got it look like an N, but I think it's H. Okay. Anyway, that's what we're fixing to do. And I've got this running. We're like I said, we got the airplane here. We need to get it started up. First thing I better do is check the fuel, even though I just started the cylinder. I better make sure it didn't cut me short. So let's check the fuel first thing. I don't see no fuel station here. Let me lay this book up here out of the way for a minute. Here we go. And we're going to go to fuel, and we'll make sure we got full tanks. Yeah, we're good enough. 99.5, that's good enough. Now let's see if we can get this thing started. Let's get in the virtual cockpit. There's two, I don't like the way it's set there though. Go back out to right along there, and I'm going to turn these two magnetos on. Make sure everything's on, the fuel and everything. And those switches for that. And we'll come up here, and we got two switches right here. And they're already on, so we turn this one here on too. Anyway, turn them all on. There we go. Now we're going to get that back down where we were, right along here. And now we're going to make sure the brake's set, and we're going to start this engine. Contact. Pull it over for me out there. Oh, it cranked good. I'd like to knock that man's arm off, but he cranked it. Now, let's see if we can get this thing going. Outside the plane about a minute. Now, here we go right here. Now I'm going to move to the runway, then I'm going to set up my flight instruction. Now I'm flying into that mountain, which is not a real good idea, but this plane will look weird at high altitude though. That still makes it even worse. I hope I don't stall this thing out trying to get out of here. That's something at this altitude it's easy done. If you bank too quick or not have enough speed, trying to climb too much, you'll stall. Here you go. Let's see what we get going here now. I've got to have a radio stack, so I might well pull one up. There we go. And I'm going to be going into it's a low altitude, so if it's outside the range, we'll have to fly that way a while. But I don't know how far it is. I haven't checked in any means about how far I'm going today. So we're going to a VOR 11380. Whoop, we gotta get that down here first and put it back up there active. 1380 right there. Both of them is right. And Boise will be the next one we'll be using, so I'll set it up right now. And Boise is 11330. Right there's Boise for later. Now once I'm gonna fly all the way to that 11380, so I'll be able to line it into the Boise. That way I'll have a straight line, and the airport's off to the right. I don't know exactly how much. Hopefully the lake will be visible at least after we pass halfway. It's going to be on the right. So we'll split the difference when we get there for the distance. If it's on, it should be on without any problem. Alright, here we go. We're going to get this thing there. Alright, if nothing comes up, we're going to do this. Let me move my little man for everybody look, see what I'm doing.
Channel switched.
Now, I'm in the recording room. I was in the weight room, so it didn't matter. Here we go. Get this thing in the air. I'm gonna pull up a radio stack. We're at 3,000 now, so we gotta get well above that. Let's go to about 6 right now. Well, that's 4. That's enough right there to be above it. And I'm gonna set our airspeed of about 10. I'm gonna back away from that mountain a little bit. Let's do a little battery right there for now. And 110 knots. Well, come on, get back down there. I looked off. $20, 110. But there's what I want. Now I'm gonna set this on the heading I'm going now. The heading bug. And we're going to fly this way. We're going to climb to at least 6,000. I think we're going to get well above this. Might well go on up about 7,000 or 8,000, I think. Let's cut about 7 and see how quick we can get up there. Well, we got to get above some of this stuff. Now, I'm going to get these radio stacks up, see if they ain't lit yet. Nope, I didn't think it would be. I need to turn to that heading I was talking about, which was 095. So let's turn to there. That there's what we're going to turn to. It's going to be back the other way. That mountain might be in the way. I may have to fly around that mountain first. Let's see what we get going. I'm going to try to get a little faster here, but I can't get much more. We'll try 1,000 feet per minute. I don't know if that's possible or not. We're turning back into the mountains, so we got to get over them if we can. Where are we turning to? All right, okay. Back over into there. Now we're got to get above these mountains before we can pick that signal up, and we got to be within 50 miles because it's low altitude. Now Boise may be on now, but we don't want to use Boise other than the fact we could make a direct off of it a little bit. Or once we get above these mountains, it may be on. It may not be on right now. No, it ain't. We're below the mountains. That's probably the reason. If I got Boise down right, I think I have 1330, and then the other was 11380 with both of them. And now I don't know any directions I need at this point other than just fly. I'm going that direction. It should come on. I'm headed east, and it is east, so that's what counts. It don't have to be an exact east. $9.5, that's what I got set on back. That's what I wanted. The heading bug is what's flying the plane at this point. Let's get above this stuff, see if we can get something on. Now, if we have to, we'll use the GPS to check ourselves out. But when you fly like this for a place you've never been, you got no real marker of where you're going, so you just have to sort of bear with it and hope you get it. There's an airport under me. But let's see if we can get this thing out of here. I got work to do. It's today's Sunday. I've got to get out and do a little something over. About 30 minutes an hour over to the other house. I planned on doing a little more, but it looked like I'm not going to. I got up late. Stayed up late, got up late. take it easy a little bit today. But tomorrow's, I believe, the 1st, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I believe so. And that makes the day I'm supposed to have a house ready to rent. And I really might not hard to have it, but I can pretend I have and start proportioning it to go. I've got till Tuesday evening to get things a little closer done, providing I don't rent it to somebody that I've already talked to. I have to, when I add in the paper, be Tuesday before it comes out. And by then I have another 2 days to work on it, which will carry me a long way from where I'm at now. I'm brushing baseboards down there. I was going to do it yesterday, I didn't, but I got the floors, I think, ready, pretty well ready. I may clean mop them now, but I've done got them, the biggest part off of them. I'm going to get some of this residue off it, mopping off of them. I may want to do that. Need something to shine them a little bit, maybe. I still got a few things I got to do, but first thing I'll do is get over some money. I'm about to get broke. Poor man. Got things to do that can't get done without money. And money done got short on my end. Even my makeshift money's got short. Alright, we're climbing out. We still don't have any signals yet. We done climbed out to 7. Let's go on and make it 8. Higher we get, the better the signals work too. I think we can go to 9.5 without hurting anything. We got some more mountains out here in front of me, I think. Let's go 8.5 first, and then we'll worry about that. Get high enough in front of our head to pick these signals up. I should have checked the distance on this. This may be a couple hundred miles altogether. Not much more, I don't think. Once the signal comes on, we'll have a better idea of what we're talking about, probably. For the DME, if it comes on, if it has a DME, then I got an idea of where I'm at. Let's see if Boise come on. Boise is high altitude. I still don't have Boise either, if that's right. But I'm not high enough for these mountains. Boise is a 200-mile range, but we only got to go half the last distance. I do believe it'll be on when we cross that other VOR, but I'm not 100% sure of that. Well, let's look around the airplane, see what we got out here. Check the little plane out. And the mountains sticking up back there behind me. I need to take that panel and build me one for that. I could do it, I just hadn't took time to. Then it would look more natural when I switch. Only thing, if I use I need to cut all the plane away from it, where when I use the panel, the color around it won't be interfering with it. The green, when I change the color of planes, that would be different. So if I leave any of that on there, it'll not match the plane I'm flying at the time. But once I make one panel, I'll make them all the same. I won't make 5 or 6 panels for all these same variations. Just try to make it where they'll match without being targeted to that plane. I may try that one of these days. I've made a picture quite a while back, but I had never done anything with it. I think I did. Let's get these things back up. Let's see. We still don't have no signals. We're up to 8,500. We still don't have Boise. Let's take the GPS to get an idea of where we at. Just get a rough idea. Give me a more of a. Alright. That's the VOR right there we're headed to, I believe. And that is 100 miles away now. But then, well, 100, we'll probably 130, 150, 130, 140 probably, from the way I'm looking at it here. At least 100. And then we'll go another step out. That's 150, 200. That puts Boise still outside of 200. About 250, 300 miles to Boise, so the stress ridge is not on. That explains that pretty well. And since this VOR here at this lake in front of me, straight in front of me, that's one I was headed to. That's a pretty good shot, if that's right. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm in real good shape towards the flight direction, and since that's 100 miles, I gotta travel 50 miles like this before it'll come on, about 40 or 50 or 60, something like that. So that's the reason it's not on. Oh, we can close this out now. We just fly a while. I'm not flying by the GPS. I just wanted some idea of see how bad I was doing. It looked like I'm in real good shape. Just I didn't check it this before I started, and that's why I had no idea. And that's where it ain't on too. So get this 100 behind me. By then, Boise will be just about on. If not, we'll turn the direction I see it off of Boise, off of Wild Horse, and hold that till Boise comes on. Then we'll line it, and hopefully it'll be the right direction to get us to the airport we're looking for on that reservoir. It's a reservoir, state reservoir. Still at 8,500. We're high enough so far. In fact, I'm going to go back to GPS just a minute and switch this to here. And we are clear to the VOR. And actually clear all the way into Boise. So where we're above everything. There's one mountain out there 200 or so miles away that's almost, but I don't think it's in the way. I don't believe it is, sure enough. We fly all the way into Boise through that ravine, I believe, if I wanted to. What we're going to call it anyway. Let me turn that back off now. Check the elevation. See how bad I am. Look like I'm gonna be alright. I don't like being this high, but I don't want to be below these mountains when I get there either. They're pretty tall little ridges down there. Once you get there, if you're too low, you gotta take time to climb over them, because the plane don't climb fast. If you're already up, that solves the problem, or part of it. I'm gonna come down to 8,000. I think I'll be alright at that. Come down to 8,000. We may check the elevation again on the GPS once we level off. This is FSX Steam Edition default. Plane is not default, but the rest of it is. All the equipment I use out of other planes within FSX I've managed to use, so I don't have so much trouble having to relearn or fly blind. I don't like flying blind either. Oh, I'm gonna change this one more time. Nothing. I knew it wouldn't be, so I'd look check anyway. Okay, we got to travel at least 50 miles before, probably 50 or better before that comes on. Right there, and that VOR outside above the east mark, the little blue square. It's got to get in about the east, just below the E, before it'll actually be the range I would expect. Anywhere by the time it reaches that arch to this side of the E, should come on. That could be the reservoir out there in front of that. Off to the right. I think it's a lake there and then on up to another lake to the reservoir. There's also a couple of airports. I don't want to get mixed up and get on the wrong airport. That's the reason I've tried to use Boise, because if I venture off too much to the south, I'll hang up on the wrong airport and be done landed at the wrong airport. If I can stay over here, I'm better chance of being able to see that I'm looking at the right place before I turn. I believe I'll be able to see the airport from, or at least the reservoir, not the airport, from where I'm flying direction when I get there. Clouds are all below me. Air a little thin up here, having trouble breathing, but I'm still below 10. I'm alright. Makes it hard on my bronchial problem, but other than that, we making it. We're flying across the upper plateau now, look like in the mountains. See where it falls off out in front of me to the left. So it means this is the top plateau up high. The way I see it. Get another idea about that. Yeah, we're leveled off at 8. Everything still looks good. As long as that GPS looks green, we should be in good shape. Reds and yellows, but it's not in front of us. We'll be turning from here. See what we're going to turn off at VR. Well, we're going to turn back to the north a little bit. What we're going to do. Out of at a heading of about 0 at 0. We've turned 15 degrees north at the VOR, so that will put us. That should be Boise. Just to the about 080. That's gonna be real close. That's the end of Boise is what I'm calling it, and that's gonna be real close. Maybe just a hair less than that, but it's close enough till we get it on. In fact, it should be on by the time we turn at that point. Or right at it if not on, ready to come on. We need it at that turn point, or else I need to calculate my speed and distance so I can add it to the first reading to divide it to get half, and then go over half, about 10% of 20. Go to about 60-70% of the distance and be off to the right on a lake on a reservoir. Airport I'm looking for is airport was the name of the heck is I can't even pronounce it. Owyhee. 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 I can't say it. I don't know. That's an Indian name, I do believe. Well, the mountains are getting a little taller up on me, look like, but we're alright so far. We're showing the layout of it. Now we're fixing to roll off the back of this mountain now. Start out across this plateau out here below. There's some little mountains off to my left there. The airport going to is 2,680 feet, so we stay above 3,000, 3,500 as we go in. Plus mountain, clear the mountains, whatever's in there. But that's a minimum 3,500, 3,000. Hadn't checked the truck game. They broke it the other day. We got it fixed again. I made another video. They break it so regular, I'm scared to check it. Afraid it broke again. But I thought I'd fly a plane today. Drive another truck tomorrow, next day. Good gracious. Well, we got an airport off. No, maybe this road looks like an airport off to my right, left there. I keep calling left, right, and right, left. With two left feet. I can't help it. Looks like a little airport down there. I don't know which one it is. Is it on here? I'm not seeing one. That's a road. That's a road. I see it now. It's stretched out too far. It's a road. That's the reason I don't see it. It's not an airport. All right, we're getting somewhere there halfway here. Not quite. The blue square's coming down on it. We could pick it up any time now, but probably not until it gets down about that E. Sometimes this GPS don't give a true distance, so unless you log it, and I'm not going to log it in. I try to use a certain parameter of looking at the picture, but they don't always work. Sometimes it's off pretty heavy one way, and next time be off heavy the other way, depending on what part of the United States you're in, or any other part of the country for that matter, or other countries. I'm gonna set this right here so if I ain't looking, it'll start talking to me and telling me that it's on. As soon as it comes on, I'll turn straight toward it, which I don't think I'm off much anyway. Very little. If that's the right VOR I'm looking at, I'm pretty sure it is. We're down pretty close to the clouds now. I think my engine's running a little quiet today. I turned them. I fly that big plane at 747. I flew it yesterday, a little short trip, and I tried to turn the sound lit down just so loud, and I forget to turn it back up. This plane gets lost in the process. Sounds good in my headset, but I think on the video it'll be a little low. I think. And I should have turned it up about 10 or 15%. Oh, we just picked up. Now we got a VOR, and it's off to our left about 5 or 6 degrees. Let me turn that thing off. We don't need that noise maker no more. And let's come around to bring that airport straight to the top in front of us. The green needle on the right. Let's put it straight on that little point of that little orange dot, straight in. It's going to be close to our out signal also. Right there should get it. And our out signal is 080, so we're 6 degrees off the out signal. Out leg. When we get there, we're 58 miles to here. See if we got anything here. Nope, we don't have Boise yet. The altitude's got everything in the world to do with picking up signals further away though. I'm gonna go back up at 500. That might make a difference. It might not. Won't hurt anything. Ease back up at 8,500. It definitely makes a difference. The higher you get the long signals, the further you reach them. If you get up around 15 to 20,000 and above, Boise is about a 200-mile range. Down here it might not be over 160, 180, depending on the mountains cutting it off and stuff. I don't think it'll come on until after we pass this signal in front of me. I can turn this right here to match that, which it ain't gonna matter. I'm not gonna fly by it. I just want to see it match. But it'll tell how much I'm drifting to. Be right back. Give me a cup of coffee. I'm back for a few minutes here. Got my coffee, got a little bite of something to eat. I'm taking my headset off and eat that. Keep smacking in the microphone. Everything looks pretty good going here. Take another quick check on Boise. See if it's out there anywhere. Yep, we got Boise, so we're alright. Boise is now 168 miles from here, but we don't want to get the reading until we get to the airport we're headed to, which is 48 miles from here. It'll be 110 miles roughly. See what we got here. Check our altitude again. Terrain altitude. Since we got Boise, I'm gonna come back down at 500 feet again. We should still keep it. If not, we'll be close enough. We'll get it in a minute. We'll check it as we get, once we level off, see if we still got Boise. Like right there. So we've already lost Boise already, but might have lost it if we had to come down due to stuff getting in the way. Well, we'll let it go at that. If we don't get it when we get to this turn, I'm going to climb back up to try to get it, because, but I don't want to be up here. I want to be lower if we come across here. But I also want to hold the signal, so the toss-up, which is the most important. We're 1 degree back to the south. I'm getting off my line just a little bit up there on that green needle. The DME says we're coming from 39 miles out. Break under 39 just in a minute. 38.9 right there. The little green arrow is still pretty good shape. I'm gonna go south one more degree. Try to fly straight into that VOR. I'm gonna turn this one here. Out leg 080 like I said right there. Let's see if we got Boise back. Boise's not back. If we don't get it within 10 miles of that VOR, I'm gonna start climbing back up because I need it when I cross it. I don't have to have it, but I need it. So I need that distance reading. I'm about ready to climb back up anyway. I need the distance so I can estimate where I'm going. Actually, I think the reservoir is the little lake right under the arch on the GPS now. It's the top, right on the arch, within the north side of the east, 090 to 080, right in there. That little lake right there, I believe, is the reservoir we headed to. And that's over halfway, like I say, out from this VOR to Boise. But Boise will get you there the right direction. That's the reason I picked it. I was trying to find a way to stay to line and not have to totally depend on my plotting a course on the GPS, on the map, by having Boise almost straight behind it. That was a good thing to use. Still don't have Boise back though. 34 miles out. Maybe something between here and there that I have to get a little higher in order to read it. But once I get a direction and get a reading, I could drop down if I wanted to. I can use speed and time to judge distance. But I don't have a stopwatch, so it'd be hard to do too. Maybe one in the cockpit. I don't know. Usually is one in the cockpits. These old planes. Altitude, nope. We don't have a clock. Sure don't. What about in the other cockpit? Don't think so, but no. No timepiece whatsoever. $32 miles out from the VOR. I don't remember seeing no green when I crossed it. Like behind me is green. I don't remember seeing no green. Coming up on 30 miles out from the VOR. We still don't have a Boise yet. Like I said, the last 10 miles I'm gonna climb. Try to get Boise back on. If it don't come on time I get there. I sure could use some distance when I turn. I'd like to be lower, but if it won't allow me to. These green mountains out there in front of me, probably the ones that's cutting us off. If I ever get across them, I should pick that signal up. But I don't know where the... can't tell on here where the mountains are. I could if I do it like it's here. I think I'd be able to read the mountains. A little hazy out there. I'm gonna say that VOR is laying just outside them green mountains in front of us. Just outside of them. There should be a lake. Not close enough to see it yet. There's a lake laying right off to the southeast of that VOR in front of us. It won't be more than, well, maybe 20 miles or so though. Yeah, 20 to 50 miles. You might not actually see it. I'm hoping that Edinburgh won't be quite so far out, because that airport's going to be critical that I see it. See the lake. Once I see the lake, then I can locate my airport within it. I'll go down to the lake and automatically be able to find the airport on it. It may be a little hard to see by being dirt. Sometimes they just don't show up. Alright, we're 24 miles out from the VOR. The VOR's, I need to go another degree south. Maybe 2. I'm gonna go one more. That's almost right there. There we go. Back on 090, which was my plot out. No, 095 was my plot out, so it's alright too. But we gotta leave here on 080, I said. It's gonna be right now 10 degrees to the left, but that's alright too. 20 miles out. I still haven't picked up Boise. Nope, don't have Boise yet. But once I pass these mountains on my left here, I may pick up a Boise and Green Mountains. They may be what's cutting me off, but probably something a little further toward Boise though. Further out there, further it is out, the less it has to be tall to cut me off. Closer it gets to the other point instead of me. Miles. We don't leave that right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. If I look off, it comes on, it'll talk to me. Using that one to search for Boise. 19.4 miles out of VOR Wild Horse. I have no idea what the terrain has for me, but I know where I'm going due to the signals. The only thing I need to train for is the last leg from the halfway out to Boise from Wild Horse and off to the right. I'll need to be able to see the terrain in the lake in order to get in. I can wait till I get halfway and then turn right and then search for it. Turn almost 90 degrees right after about 60% of the distance from Wild Horse to Boise. I can turn to the right, I think, and still search for that lake if I don't see it by then. Should be, well, like I said, should be a lake right out there. But it's close to 50 miles. You may not see it. 30 to 50 miles out there. Especially the clouds coming up. some reason or another, the clouds are higher now. I'm getting in the clouds still above me, and I ain't came down that much. Or I don't think I have. I ain't supposed to have. I've got 16 miles. I'm about ready to get back up and check it because we still hadn't picked this up. I said 10, but I don't know if I can climb that distance in 10 miles or not. The mountain ridge to my right is fixed to get behind me. But if it had anything to do with my problem, it'll clear it. I haven't been able to see, but I don't think that's the problem. That's here where I am. The ones way out there are the ones that give me trouble. Probably closer to Boise. There's a ravine from here going all the way into Boise. Not a ravine, but a lower elevation valley. But it's still high. It's just lower than this. Lower than things around it. I'm going to start climbing real slow. There's 100 feet. Still don't know it. Another 100 feet. Still don't have it. I might not get it here. I was hoping I would. Whoop, I just picked it up. That's what I wanted right there. That's enough altitude. That's what I wanted right there. We've got it on nav 1 now. And all we're going to do is line that there needle and keep it lined, and we'll be going the right direction at that time. Actually, I wanted to go all the way to this VOR though, and then line the needle, not line it on just 080, but line on what I actually have. 080 might not go from VOR to VOR, may offset a little bit. Actually, I think it's already past line on that. Getting worse still better, which means I was off that much on my... Let me turn this thing off. I don't need that right there no more, as long as that's on. Yeah, it's going to be a little further around than what I had said, but it's good enough. Instead of turning 080, I'll turn, since the VOR is on, I'll turn into the VOR. That is what I actually need. The 080 was for if it wasn't on. That's 075 at this and getting more. 8 miles out yet. Move that to there. 07674. And now we're coming up on the city, probably where that VOR is located here at Wild Horse. Burn was the name of the city. Wild Horse, the name of the VOR. I believe that is right. Yes. And in my truck game we come to Burn. I do believe. I've got to get below these clouds to see that airport when time comes. 6 miles out of here. 126 be 120. I think it's 110, 120 is what I said it would be. when I got there. That's gonna be about right. I don't remember what I said, 110, 120, but it's that range. Yeah, we're drifting off of our point. I'd like to be more closer to the point when time comes. So I'm trying to make my way to bring that green needle back to the top. We drifted off of it until we get there, which 4 or 5 miles out. Not bad, but I still want to be pretty well over it when I turn. There's my airport right there. That's at this point. Not where I'm going, but there's one here. We'll be turning here in a few minutes. .7 miles out. Looks like water right there. Maybe there's that lake right there I was talking about. I see it out there now. I do see that lake out there. This is the one at this point, not the one I'm going to. I do see it. It's further away than the one I've got to find later. So two miles out. I keep easing south to bring that needle over the top of that VOR. I don't want to get too far off though. 1 mile. I get up at least within a half mile, and I'll pull this thing around. All right, we're coming up on a half mile right now. Coming around to the we just passed across the VOR. It turned off over the top of it. Now it's back on. Now we turn to Boise, which is quite a bit further around than I said, but it's only 6 degrees. That ain't bad. For estimate, that ain't bad at all. Now we're straight into Boise, and we're looking for our distance now is 119 miles. We need about 70-75 miles to be on the right from here, which will leave us be 160. Well, it'll be the same thing. So no, it'll be about 120, half, 160, and be about 50 miles, 45, 50 miles out of Boise. Should be where we're looking for it at. Now, if we can come down a little now without losing that signal, we need to be a little lower. Not right now for sure, but pretty quick. If we lose the signal, we still got to hold our heading. Let's get down to 8 and we'll come on down a little more. If we outside the mountains, we'll stay on. Bring this one up there. Now we got Boise in front of us. We're offline just a little. But there's pretty well straight into Boise right there. And we're coming down to about somewhere between 60 and 40 miles on the right out of Boise. Should be where that lake's at. Now we'll try to come down a little more now. I'd like to get another 500 feet and not lose it if I can. But it's a cloud. We've got to stay out of them clouds when we get to that area. The clouds could cause us not to be able to find the airport. But 2,000 feet, we should be below them. They shouldn't be ground level. Right here, they're not too far above that. Ground level at the airport over the water anyway is 2680. Coming down a little more. The level off is 75 and see where we at. Distance is now 114 miles. And that lake that we was looking for before is right there. That's the other lake. And that's 50 miles away, or 40 or 50, so let's get this thing down here. And we've leveled off now. Still got a signal. Still 113 miles out. Get too low, we're gonna lose that signal at this point. Let's try another 500. And we don't know what's in front of us as far as altitude either. This says we're in good shape. And Boise is the little blue square straight in front of my airplane at the arch, which is 100 miles to Boise from here, which says 112. So it's, like I said, inside that arch, about the center where the letters are, numbers are, is about where the 100 miles would be. Where I judge it. I check my GPS. I just pushed the wrong button. If I push the wrong button, my joystick quit working. I won't be able to land. I crash it. I saw myself when I done it. I pushed it trying to get rid of that. I pushed the K in it. The K cut my joystick off. Now we leveled off again. We still got a signal. Still in the clouds too. Got 110 miles left to Boise. We're not going to Boise. We're going to come about between 40 and 60 miles short of Boise. Let's see if I can come down another 500 without losing it. When we lose it, we'll have to ease back up and pick it back up. The closer we get, the lower we can get without losing it. At 100, I'd expect it to cut off here pretty quick. Which we're only running 4,000 above the ground at this point, roughly. That is at the airport we're going to. Boise may be a little higher than that. I don't know. I don't remember. The higher Boise is, the better you'll pick it up, except the fact the mountains will also be higher, which could cut you off. Look around again, clouds. Alright, we're still in line with Boise, 107 miles out from Boise. About 60 to 65, 70 to where we're going, make a turn out at. I think when we get there, the lake will be under us more or less, I think. So that makes it a little easier to find. I don't think it's for one lake, so it'll make it easier too. There's 3 airports out there. I don't want to get the wrong one. The other 2 is further south and not on the lake exactly, so that would help separate them. Whoop, we just lost the signal. We may get it back, we may not. Nope, we picked it back up. We already lost it, bounce on off. But we can't go any lower. We're pretty well trapped right there, I think, for now. Be right back. just checked my outside on my back porch, which is screened in with plastic covers, sun's on it, on the back of a metal trailer. The temperature on my back porch is 106 degrees right now. That is pretty warm, as hot as I've seen this year. Had 101 one day last week I saw. Could have got higher, but that's all I saw. But I noticed when I went out that door, it's hotter than I remember seeing it ever. Alright, where are we at? We've lost a signal. That's where we at. We got to have a signal now. Give it just a minute. If it don't come back on, I'm going to have to get back up just a little. These mountains under me is probably in front of me cutting me off. It should come back on. I don't have to be on all the time. I just need it on when I need it. But I don't know how far I am as long as it's off. There we go. 98 miles. That's what I need to know. 99 right at it. The mountain we just crossed right there. Maybe the one that cut us off. Nope. Not even dead out there in front of us cutting us off. We're moving crossways in front of one a little bit. Somewhere or another that's cutting us on off the top of a mountain. Peeping in and out on us. We stand this a little while. 15 minutes or so. At that point we'll have to climb if that's what it takes. Or keep our open for the lake. We're not quite there yet. We got another 50 miles to that lake, which is 30 minutes or so at the flight we're going. We're looking for a lake. It may come all the way across, but it's definitely on the right hand side. I see a lake in front of me on my left, but I don't think that's it. I'll pull the GPS back up and take another look-see. I believe the big lake right on the compass right now is where we're headed, I believe. One to our left right there is the one right here in front of me. That's not it. One GPS showing right in front of my plane. The one out there just above that E, that crooked river lake thing, is a reservoir, I do believe. And the airport we're looking for should be slightly to the right or south of our path crossing. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm not 100% sure. I'm as close to more sure that that's not it in front of me. That got close to the mountain, didn't it? That's trying to hang one of them. All right. The signal's back off. We just picked up somebody. He went back out though. I don't watch that enough to know. Trying to get in touch with me and I didn't even know it. That's the reason I put the T-Speak on the side end. If he won't see any, come up there, and if I see him, I'll go to him. We're still not picking up the signal. These mountains are getting up under us, cutting us off. When we need a signal, we need some numbers. See the mountains in front of me on my GPS now? Yellow, and one red with the orange right there on my left. That's what's cutting me off right there. Still out in front of me. Once I clear that, I should be back in the signal. About 20-25 miles out from me. I'm gonna climb back up, try to get that signal back. I got it already. I think I'd have got it if I hadn't moved, I believe. Wasn't on a minute because I'm back down to where I was. Yep. 92 miles. That puts us about between 35 and 45, 50 to where we're going. And on the GPS it shows about right at 50 miles to that little river I was talking about, or lake reservoir. That's the reason it's so big, I guess, because the levee's got it backed up. That's what makes a reservoir. You probably got a levee and expand the water in the river. $90 miles, 50 will put us 40. 40 will put us 60, so it's about 40 more miles. We should pick that river up. Once we pick the river up, we'll go search that river for the airport. In fact, by then I'll probably actually put this airport on the GPS where I can see it. It'll probably come up on GPS. About, like I said, 40 miles, and that river's coming into the outside of the arch at 35. 40 is the inside the arch, inside the numbers. That's about right. Little lake there looks pretty. Slept in today about a few extra hours. I stayed up real late, didn't get up to about 11. That's the reason I hadn't got out and done anything. I hadn't been up that long. It is now, what time is it? 3:34. Get this flight done. I may go do about hour's work over at that house. Prepare it for rental. I just about got it. And tomorrow, do a little more. I got to get a piece of lumber and fix a place on the overhang on the front. I just got some on the back I need to work on too. On the front first. I've got it already, got it partially painted. $87, $37.50. I left my coffee cup. Go get it. Alright, we're 80 miles, 82. It's 32 to 50. Airport, the little lake's coming on in there. I'm pretty sure that's the little lake we're looking for. It's got to be in this state, so, and the state line is just above her a little bit. I don't see any signals out there, anything at all, not even the airport or anything. As we get closer to the airport, it should show up though. I hope that's it. I done got lost. What you talking about? But like I said, didn't pre-fly it. I didn't check it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I have never been on that airport that I know of. I just picked it out of the place on the map. It looked interesting to go to from where I was at. And I chose the other airport by the name. And same way with that, more or less. Name and location where it was set and the size of it. We left from Gopher Gulch. And we're headed into whatever the name of it was. I can't say the name of that one. Anyway, Owyhee. Turn this thing off a few minutes. I see the rivers coming up on my left. I'm 25 miles from where I think I'm headed. These rivers all may be tied together up through here. That river may go right into the river I'm looking for, and I sort of think it does. Let's check again on here. No, we're still too far out for that. Well, we're not, but we're full out now. It could be that little river on that little channel coming this way off of that river. Could be that river on my left or going into it. Just don't show it here. Very easily could be. Into it or out of it, whichever. "76 miles. That leaves us about 26 to 50 though. That 50 is going to put us pretty close to where we're headed. 50 out from Boise. Right now we're 76 out of Boise. Mess around and blow up a storm hot as it is. A lot hotter than I thought it was. I didn't look out. It's cool where I am. My feet's cold. That area in here walking the dog. What made it feel so hot going out too? It's cold in here. For me, when it dropped below 80, I started getting cool. 78 to 80 is beautiful for me. Most people that's too hot, but not for me. The river on the left has actually stopped. All you got's a gully, ditch, whatever you want to call it, the valley. But it's the same ravine. How tall these mountains are? I'd like to get down just a little more. I'll go 65 for now. I was reading something else. That's 100 feet there. We get that. See if we can get that to still hold everything. We're too low with these mountains pretty close. I keep going back to GPS, trying to find out more exact. We still go dead on Boise direction. Supposed to be an airport right on that river, I do believe. I don't know how far it is off down the river, but not no long ways, I don't think. 10 or 15 miles, maybe. That's about the length of the river, look like. Hopefully that's it. That's the one I'm calling it. Under the distance on the Boise to Wild Horses. Check it out about right too on that. A little slow run, a little longer than I thought it was in my mind. But I shouldn't have, because I knew it's all the way across, pretty well all the way across Oregon. We was only about 4 miles out of Bend, Oregon when we left the ground. 4 miles east of Bend, Oregon. I'm wrong, 4 miles west, east to Bend, Oregon, not from Bend, Oregon. Anyway. Alright, the airport has come into view. I am right. I can't read the airport, but I bet money that's it. Right there on that river in front of me. Right south about probably 10 miles or so south, a little less, down the river. That's where the airport's on the right side on a little peninsula, and that's it. Looks exactly right. So now we've pretty well got an idea where we're at. Using the GPS to verify where I am, but not to fly by. So far, I'm still right on my electronic course. The only difference is that the signals were not exactly where I thought they were, but once I find them, that's what they're for, to get to. My layout leaving these signals is just to find the next signal. Once you find it, you get on it. And like I say, Boise, I said it'd be about 50 miles out of Boise. And that's going to be fairly close to where we're going to be. Well, from right here, we got 10, almost 20 miles. 14 miles to 50. That's my estimation by looking at it. We'll go to the river, we'll turn down it. We'll follow it until we find that airport. There's no signal on or around the airport that I saw. So the only one I got is the ones I'm using for cross country. That over there, man, he has got a pucker on him that won't wait, hasn't he? See what the other man, can I get around the other man, or the wing ain't gonna let me see him? Oh, there he is right there. Well, they must be brothers. They look a lot alike. $61 miles, 10, I should be looking at water, and I see water already. I see water in the rain in front of me. And that's what we're looking at. There's a channel. We'll be going in on a little, look like a little channel facing me. We gotta go up to the main body and turn right. We might not need that no more. Don't really need none of it no more, I don't think. Except we gotta turn the autopilot off to fly the plane. $58 miles, 8 miles to the water, way I see it, give or take a little. And I said 50 out, and that's where we're gonna be. I said 40 to 60, but that's still the right range. I was estimating 50, could have went either way a little. There's our channel we talking about. Go up to the channel to the corner where it crosses and turn right, follow the channel. We should be able to find us an airport out there 8 or 10 miles out. 15, something, probably 8 or 10, not over 20. Try not to crash this thing between here and there. Alright, we don't need the signal no more. Take off another 500. Head into this ravine here. Could cut across right yonder because that's not going to be too far down. Cut the corner off here a little bit. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna go ahead and follow the channel. Get over the water, and I might just use the autopilot to fly the channel. I'm gonna turn the DME off. We no longer need it. We no longer need that or that either one. Coming down another 500 and get over the water and stay there. As long as you're over the water, you can get down to the water level without being a whole lot worried about it. Get off more of that ridge right there, so I won't drag my wheels on it while I'm coming down. We'll go right in between this hole here. I'm gonna run her down another 500 because I know there's room to do it now. As long as I stay over the water, I got nothing to worry about above 3,000 feet. I'm gonna slow down to 100. Give me a little more room to maneuver my plane within the areas I want to be in. Only thing I might want this right here as far as I can tell if my keyboard overshoots me. If I look up and that yellow thing has moved too far, I'll know that the keyboard is lied a little bit on my direction. Coming around. Right around that little ridge there. Let's go down this. Let's go down this reservoir. Now, how far it is to that airport, I'm not real sure. I may want to use the GPS to get an idea of what I'm looking at. It will tell me a little more. But then maybe there's a thing sticking out right yonder too. There's two of them up here that could, either one of them could be it. I feel like it's further than that, but I may be wrong too on that. Coming down another 500 feet. Slowing down to about 90. Gives me more time to calculate my turns and stuff. And be able to visually see where the airport might be too. That little outcrop right yonder on the other side of them other two outcrops, the one that's flat out there, looks a lot like where I'm headed and looks. Even though I feel like it's too close, I may be wrong. I'm gonna take a look, see, 'cause I don't want to overshoot it for sure. 10 miles, that's 5 miles. I don't know. That other one down, the one below there, the little one way on out there, that's probably gonna be it right there. In the water, where it goes off to the side, yep. That's gonna be at the farthest one out there that you see, not this one, but the next one out. It's probably gonna be it. Come down another 500. Get into an area which I can handle it. Get rid of. And I'm gonna zoom this out to there and see that everything around me is above me now, or getting above me. There's these two little places in front of me here that I'm looking at. And then the wide body, and then the airport. That's it right there, the wide body right there, then the airport. That and then there right there. It's either that or right there, just a little further out. I'll see it around the corner there. It's gonna be on one of them. Let me get rid of this again. I don't need it no more. I think I can keep it within that range. Move this out of the way where I can see a little better. Get rid of this. I think I can pick it up now by eye, I think. If I can see the airport, the dirt, like I said, is hard to see. Come down another 500, be 3,500, that's about it. That's still 700 or so above the water. We'll slow down another 5. I think she'll fly at probably 60, but I'm not going to take a chance on it. 85. And we're going to watch for an airport over that little peninsula sticking out right yonder. Not this one, but the second one. I feel like that's it. The airport runways are 31 and 13. Let's get this back up here. Well, 31, 13. Come on, runner. Something don't feel right at all. 31. That ain't right. 31, 13 can't be exactly right. That's what I got on this thing, but I believe it's right there on that air. Right there on that. I believe I'm looking at it. I could be wrong, but I think I see something. Yeah, it's gonna be it right there. Somewhere across here is the airport. I never did get my. I see it there right now. Gotta be slow enough, don't it won't stop. But I don't want to get in the water either. Come on. I might not stop. I don't believe I'm going to. Come on. Yeah, I got it. I got it. So we on the airport I was looking for, so that's it. 99% sure that's it. Everything else checked out right. It's about got to be it. Well, it looks longer than they called it. Good thing it was too. If I'd have got inside the plane, it'd been a lot easier to land it. I landed a little rough on kind of being outside and trying to judge speed and everything. I knew if I didn't get it on the ground, I wasn't going to stop it. I was a little high when I come in. Nothing on here. This is a airport for the reservoir for the state. Park this thing right here. Well, let's call it right there. Put the brakes on. Inside the plane. Cut these 3 off. These 2 off. Like that right there, she shut down. Okay. Back outside the plane. Alright. We made it to our airport. Let's verify the airport. Make sure I'm not lying to nobody about it. I'm not planning on it, I'll put it that way. But this is the airport right here we was talking about. And it is, that's what I said right there, Reservoir, State. 28U is the, that's it, we're on the right airport. Cancel that and put it back where I was. I moved it, here we go. Now, that's it. It's going to be town dog be going bye-bye, and I'll catch y'all later. We'll fly another or drive another truck or something next 24, 48 hours probably. So that I have time, everything's where I can. I'm gone.